Welcome to Delaware, the first state, home of tax-free shopping, low real estate taxes, some of the best beaches on the East Coast, and when Biden feels like claiming us, home of Joe Biden.
God save the Queen, man.
So many times I see blogs or videos about Delaware that are the top 5 or top 10 places to go, but they say locations like Rehoboth Beach. Rehoboth Beach is a big area, so it's not very specific. Today what I want to do is I want to give you 5 top specific places to go if you get to visit the first state, the state of Delaware. We start our list off with number 5, the Winterthur Museum and Gardens. Winterthur is in upstate Delaware, right near Brandywine and the border with Pennsylvania. In my experience, Winterthur doesn't really come up in a whole lot of conversations with Delaware locals. But to be honest, that's part of what makes it such a cool place. For $22, you can take a tour Tuesday through Sunday, 10 to 5. You can take a guided tour or explore the grounds on your own time. Winterthur is Delaware's premier museum for decorative arts, with around 90,000 objects either made or used in America dating back to 1640. It's also home to a 60-acre amazing garden designed and created by Henry Francis DuPont, which at one time called Winterthur home. Winterthur's Gardens is one of the most unique and best rated in the United States. The DuPonts are famous in Delaware for being such a major contribution to the state's history and foundation. Henry DuPont specifically carefully collected and crafted much of Winterthur's gardens, as well as the antiques inside the 175-room mansion. Winterthur is one of Delaware's most unparalleled historic places that will leave you simply in awe. Our number 4 location is the Nemours Estate in Newcastle County. For $20, you can explore the Nemours 77-room mansion, a chauffeur's garage with some amazingly awesome cars, and 200 acres of French-inspired gardens and grounds. The grounds are almost like a Disney theme park level of curation and cultivation. You can explore the property Tuesday through Sunday from 10 to 5. Alfred A.I. DuPont's vision created the Nemours Foundation, which has grown into one of the largest children's health systems in the entire country. You can book a guided tour of one of the 3 floors of the mansion and gardens, or you can explore at your own pace. The Nemours Mansion is such an inspirational property to show visitors what class and wealth should look like. It's hard to say what Delaware would look like without the DuPont's influence, but it would be a place without the Nemours Children's Hospital as well as the Nemours Estate, which definitely wouldn't be a good thing. A.I. DuPont created the estate in 1909 as a gift for his second wife, Alicia. If you ever want to see true Delaware style and class with no expense spared, make sure you visit the Nemours Mansion at the Nemours Estates. Our next stop takes us to the first town in the first state, and that's Lewes, Delaware. Lewes is home to over 3,500 local residents and is experiencing rapid growth as we speak. The healthcare system, the school system, as well as the landscapes and beaches draw people to the Lewes area in crowds. However, the locals have been determined to keep that quaint environment in the downtown area. 2nd Street is home to some of the state's best dining options and has some incredibly unique small town stores and shops. Lewes was the site of the first European settlement in Delaware in 1631. Lewes was originally named Zwanendale, or Swan Valley. However, the Lenape Indians murdered all 32 of their original settlers in 1632. The area was resettled by the Dutch in 1662 with 35 new settlers. But that settlement lasted only until the following year in 1663, when everyone was killed, and reports state that there was not even a nail left. In 1673, the area was resettled again by the Dutch and attacked and destroyed by a group of Maryland colonists in 1680. However, 1680 is when Lewes really started to gain some traction in its survival. A community was started with the construction of a courthouse, a church, and a Home Depot. No, I'm just kidding. The Home Depot came much, much later. Lewes is rich in history, but it's even richer in charm. Stroll down the street, grab an amazing coffee from Notting Hill Coffee Shop, do some shopping, or grab an incredible meal. Keep in mind, on 2nd Street, the eateries are smaller and very popular, so reservations are recommended. If you're ever in Delaware and you want to experience that old world community and quaint atmosphere, spend some time in Lewes' downtown on 2nd Street. One of Delaware's most popular recreational areas for activities is the Delaware Seashore State Park. It's a thin stretch of land running from South Dewey Beach all the way down to the north side of Bethany Beach. Route 1 runs right down the middle and allows access to all the wonderful spots to explore. On one side of Route 1 is the Atlantic Ocean, and on the other side is the Rehoboth and Indian River Bay. The park consists of over 2,800 acres and is home to some of the best wildlife scenes in the state. You can do some windsurfing on the bay, some standard surfing on the north side of the Indian River Inlet, or some surf fishing at one of the many beaches you can drive on. There's a large marina to launch or rent a boat. There are 2 great restaurants to grab some seafood-inspired meals, and there's a full-scale campground, which is one of the most popular in Delaware during the summer months. If you want to experience Delaware at its best, make sure you take in a sunset at the Big Chill Beach Club overlooking the Indian River Inlet Bridge with a fiery sky in the background. However, that's not our number 1 spot for a sunset location. Our number 1 spot sunset location is up the road a little bit in Henlopen State Park. Henlopen State Park is home to a 24-hour year-round fishing pier. Although recently there's been some stories coming out about the structural integrity or the condition of the pier. The park does contain Delaware's most photographed spot for sunset, in my opinion, the Delaware Breakwater Lighthouse. Now, the beach that allows you to get this shot is a little bit tricky to get to, but with a little effort, you'll be able to find it. Off the coast a little further is the Harbor Refuge Lighthouse, which is also great for photos, although it is a little harder to capture. Drive on one of the many surf fishing beaches, play some basketball, do some camping at a full-scale campground. Hiking and biking the trails are one of the most popular activities at the park. The park is home to Fort Miles and all kinds of World War II infrastructure, as the park was a huge part in defending the United States East Coast during World War II. However, there was no actual warfare that occurred on the park property, and I think part of that is because of the influence of how heavily armed this park was. To this day, you can still explore some of these attractions and even go up in some of the towers and get a first-hand experience of what it looks like. There's a nature center at the park as well as wildlife everywhere you can imagine. There's no way to list all the activities this park can offer you. You simply have to just start exploring it yourself. But be careful. If you've never been to this park, it's one of those kind of locations that just keeps you coming back and back and back for more. That's why it's number 1 on our list for best places to visit and experience when you're in the first state, Delaware. I want to thank you guys for watching and encourage you to list your favorite location in Delaware down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, the best way that you can help support Sharp Focus is to share this video with someone who may be interested, or even better yet, post it on your social media wall. I want to thank you for your support, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.